Okay, I haven't done a video for a while. I just did a couple of them this morning on bikes I'm working on, which I just posted to YouTube. And this is a little change I came across here in the last two builds. Instead of using truck bed liner on the inside of my metal panels and all that, I powder coat everything. But in order to do that, I had to extend my powder coating oven. So I did is I cut the top off of it, raised it 20 inches, and then put the top back on with the top of it there. And it works out pretty nice. I've got kind of a two-level thing here. I've got a piece in here that I'm working on. And you can see that, you know, there's space above this bar. Now this bar can come out, and there's another bar located right up about here inside, so I can hang the side panels, which are, you know, a little over 3 feet. I can actually get a little over 4 feet in there and powder coat the panels, put them in there, and it's a lot better setup to use powder coat than it is to use truck bed liner. So that worked out pretty nice. And I also built a new powder coating booth. The one I had before was, it was made out of masonite, you know, 1/4 inch masonite, and then I covered it with aluminum foil. This is all steel, and I just painted it silver just so it's more reflective. But this whole cabinet is grounded, so any powder that doesn't hit the thing I'm working on sticks to the walls. And about, you know, every I go through maybe a 1/2 quart of powder, and then I sweep this all down and reclaim almost all of it. I mean, very little actually goes on the parts. I've got a pail down here, that blue pail, there, focus. It's about half full, and that's about a year's worth of material, you know, so it's very, very economical to do powder coat. And works out really well. It's super easy, and I powder coat washers and everything. I've constantly got something going in the powder coating oven, and it really makes the builds a lot better. It's very inexpensive. I mean, I can powder coat an entire bike assembly, frame and everything, for about 10 bucks. So it's a super economical way of doing it, and it's, you know, powder coat's just really rugged. It's chemical proof. I don't know what chemical can remove it, some sort of acid, I suppose, but I know lacquer thinner and that kind of stuff won't touch it. If you're interested in powder coating, and you're thinking it would be probably a thing that would be beneficial to you, I would recommend, as a hint to you, build your booth out of sheet metal, or you can use plywood, cover it with aluminum foil, and ground it. There's a ground wire right here, which goes to my control box there. And actually the cabinet runs 30,000 volts negative, and the gun runs with a 30,000 volt positive charge. It's a very, very low amperage, so it's just a static charge. But it's really kind of handy. You sweep down all the excess material, put it back in the pail, and you recycle it over and over and over. And I think 25 pounds lasts me about 2 years. And I do quite a bit of powder coating, so you can see it's very economical. I think 25 pounds is like 300 bucks or something like that. So it's really pennies when you go the long run. The oven, I actually had that custom built. My other shop was quite small, so it's 40 inches square and 40 inches deep. And it worked out really good there, but I needed a bigger unit, and I thought about buying another one. But then I thought, you know, I can just extend this. I had a bunch of sheet metal that really is unusable. It's got a coating on it, and we can't really use it. So I used that to extend that. I built the booth with it, and it was a lot better than throwing it away. So that actually worked out pretty good. It's an excellent, excellent deal. You can't barely screw up powder coating. It's a real no-brainer. You squirt the powder on there, and you stick it in the oven, and she's a done deal. So anyway, that's kind of an update on the shop here. One little change I did just to improve things and make things move along better, and you end up with a better product in the end, so everybody's a winner. So hopefully you can use that hint.